Loso?
My God, what's good with you?
What's good, King?
Chilling, man. Blessed as always.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
You know, I'm in the lag because I'm rough right now. So you know I'm in the lag.
Oh man, hold on, real quick. I know you're ready for these playoffs, right?
Man, bro, I was already tuned in last night. I should have been writing, but I was up all night watching the play.
Who you like coming out though, real quick? East and West. Who you like coming out?
Man, I think the Suns, and then I think Boston, man. I think Boston and the Suns gonna come out.
I like Phoenix and Milwaukee.
So Milwaukee's a good pick. It's just that Boston, I just think they the only team that really knows how to guard Giannis, and obviously not like shut down Giannis, but they just know how to like put a wall up and throw bodies at him, and so they had success against him. You know what I'm saying? So I'm gonna keep going with them.
All right, man. Let's get to the get down, man. Take me back first before this battle didn't happen again. Take us back to originally when you hustled part one.
Yeah.
When was this supposed to happen?
So it was 2021, and it was supposed to be marketed as like because you know I just did the Vixen battle. So I did the Vixen, did the chess joint, right? 2 crazy battles back to back, but John wanted to market it as like, okay, well, we're gonna put you up against Big Sister now. You know what I'm saying? Because you know, Vixen and Hustle, they had the Ebony Ivory thing, the 2-on-2. And so it was fine. You know, Hustle's what a lot of people don't even understand, not even just in battle rap, but she's one of the few battle rappers, male and female, that have like a following with celebs. I mean, Meek Mill or
K-Slade. She got a K-Slade.
Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Like it's just exactly. Like yo, like people don't understand, like not too many battle rappers have it where it's to the point. Like granted, you know, we all get follows here and there, we get, you know, such stuff, but not too many battle rappers have like celebs like hitting them up, letting them know like, yo, come on this show or do such and such. So to battle Hustle is always just gonna be a dope situation because it's gonna be more eyes than the usual situations you got going on. So had it scheduled on,
especially with the run she's having last year to this year. Cody won't talk for Hustle right now. We talk, she's in that discussion.
And you know me, I always want to mess up a Cody and Wody talk. You know what I'm saying? That's like, that just gives me extra like motivation. I'm just like, I bet, like, you know, Vixen had the joint, you know what I'm saying? It was like, all right, Loso, go ahead and sit it down. So it's like a challenge, you know what I'm saying? So it'll be dope. So we was locked in, but she ended up, if I remember correctly, I feel like it was like 2 situations that might have gotten away. One, she was obviously having surgery. And I feel like she got into a car accident as well, bro. All I know is that leading up, she was trying to still do the battle, but she was real transparent. She was like, look, I'm not going to be able to move on stage the way I want to move, you know, body, whatever, yada, yada, yada. So we said, okay, bet. It was pretty much around the same timeline. And so for this one, it was, for that one, John just basically came and was like, all right, cool, you know, we're going to have to find a replacement. And I could have easily just been both battles, both times. Last time and this time, I could have easily just been like, all right, man, let's just dub it. I just won't battle. I'll just show up to the event. But he was like, yo, we got 40 bars. And so I said, bet. You know, did the 1 round with 40 bars, 5 battle, last minute, same concept. And so, and it ended up being, you know, a crazy battle that night. And so, fast forward, Hustle had always been hitting John up like, yo, let's get it rescheduled. Let's go ahead and try to lock this in. And so I don't know if the interest was there on Bullpen's half, where it was basically like, okay, how do we market this again? Because at the time we had a situation where we could market Hustle and Loso, which would be a fine no matter what. But at the time we had a situation where we were to market it. So this time it was kind of like, okay, so what do we do to kind of like put it on a fly and promo it? And so he had this card coming up. And, he had already worked out a business, the business between Hustle and him was already locked in on that one. So they technically owed that battle. Like she had to do the battle and stuff. And so now John finally had the situation and hit her up. And so we had this situation. Now with this situation, her and John might have put some stuff out there, or, here and there. But long story short, and I know you like, I love the dirty. But I would just say, so this is what I'm gonna say. I'm gonna say they couldn't. There was miscommunication. I would say disagreement on. I already know what's. First of all, I already know this. If it's about to be clipped up and it's about to go all over, I'm about to get some. But I'm gonna just tell from my perspective. There was a
keep it on it. Keep it on it. Keep it on it.
There was miscommunication. There was a misunderstanding as far as okay, what is being honored from 2021 to 2023, right? Business-wise, financial, what are we gonna do? Is there, maybe somebody might have, a party felt like, hey, okay, this amount needs to get paid now. This other one's like, well, I don't need to do this, So that was being done, and in turn, I'm getting phone calls now about, okay, what do we do? You know what I'm saying? And so it got to a point where on Sunday, the decision was to go ahead and cancel it. It was just like, look, we're just not gonna move forward with it. You know what I'm saying? That was from the high ups. That had nothing to do with me. You know what I'm saying? Now, I do want to address this though, because a screenshot was put out of a text message. Like Hustle put out a screenshot from me and her, and she basically said like, to everybody saying that I backed out. That's not what happened. Now, it wasn't that, right? Hustle did not come out and say, hey, I can't do the battle. What it was that there were some issues between
my girl, my bad, wifey. Yeah. My bad. I was gonna kill my girl. My girl. Okay.
Some issues about, like what we were gonna do as far what they were gonna do as far as, the contract and finances and whatnot. But the message she had was that after John had canceled it, she was trying to rectify, and John or some other people got involved too, trying to rectify the situation. How can we still make the battle happen? I'm gonna be honest, for me, once I'm kind of already getting in the mode of okay, this might not even happen, I'm kind of scaling back now. And so when the message that she showed to Twitter, that message was afterwards her saying, look, I want to do it. John said that he would still do it. Do you want to do it? And at this point, I just said, nah, I didn't, because of what was going on, because of different, different conversations. And to me, the interest, I just don't I just never been a battler either that does once it gets kind of messy with stuff like that, I don't take it as, I know other leagues and other battles may take it as a marketing opportunity. I just kind of scale back from it, right? And so I just said, nah. Now, at that point, John did say, look, we could dub it, or we could go ahead and get Danny Myers. Right? We get Danny Myers for a one-rounder. Get Danny Myers for a one-rounder. I know it's a couple days prep. You and Danny go ahead. Me and Danny have a battle.
I don't like you and Danny one round, though. You and Danny deserve 3 rounds, though.
And he and I have already spoke so many times about doing 3. But that was
the first nasty word.
That was the first name that was thrown out. And so, we're trying to figure out, okay, what do we do for this event? Do we even try to book somebody? Because no matter what, the flight was going to be expensive last minute. You still got to pay whoever you battling. And then is it going to be worth the pay-per-views that you're going to be getting in?
How many times have you had to switch up your material for Hustle?
Man, well, you talking about since 2021?
Yeah, the writing process of it.
Yeah, you got that situation, and you got this. Now, this time, I'm gonna be real. Where I'm at in my career, I don't recommend this, and I'm not proud of this, but it's just what it is. I'm a late prep guy, bro. I'm a late prep guy, and but I'm not a late prep guy for procrastination. I'm a late prep guy because my best material comes when I feel the pressure. So when the flyer drops, when the trailer drops, these are things that are checkpoints for me where I see them and I'm like, okay, it's go time. If John tells me yo, you and Suge in August, right? I'm gonna be real, bro. I'm not thinking about it. Even in July, if he told me right now in July, I'm not thinking about it. Not until you guys start talking about it. Not until you guys start blogging, tweeting stuff like that. Do I start feeling some motivation? So I'm over there starting to write and stuff. And so now, granted, I don't, what type of battle I am. I can't go ahead and transfer any Hustle material over to Jazz. 2 different opponents, you know what I'm saying? So, so the Danny joint was the first option. After that, it gets to a point where we sitting there, we trying to figure out. Once the announcement was made, we get a call. Well, it was actually
stay right there. Stay right there before you go there. Do you still want the battle, number one? Do you still want the rematch? Do you still want the battle Hustle?
Of course, yeah. Hustle. Now when now this thing though, she had also proposed, let's just do this on URL. Now here's the thing. I'm not opposed to that, but if there's any at the end of the day, it's John's battle, right? It's Bullpen's battle. Now if URL wants to go ahead and buy that out from John, then we could work something out, you know what I'm saying? But until then, I can't just go ahead and just give that battle to someone else, especially because, you know, my relationship with John. But yeah, I definitely would. So Jazz sees it, and Jazz hits me up. I'm thinking it's like a joke at first, right? Because, you know, we talk here and there, like we cool, but she's like, shoot, I'll do a one-rounder with you this weekend. And we've always went back and forth about, I'll smoke you, stuff like that. And I was just like, I said, yeah, whatever. She was in Mexico. She's in Mexico. You know, she be doing a vacation. She was in Mexico, and she said that. But the way she said it, though, it didn't really come off as a joke. It really came off as if she had interest in battling. She's been public about this. She's always told me this. She was like, Loso, like you're my top 5. Like you're in my top 5 favorite. You know what I'm saying? Like when I go watch a battle, like she studies all that stuff. She says it all the time. And so I know she was coming from a genuine place as far as competitiveness. I didn't know how realistic it was going to be for her to turn around and take the battle on Saturday. So John's hitting me up, and he's telling me about Danny. He's telling me about these different options. And I say, well, you know, Jazz just said that she would be interested in doing it. He was like, what? So he writes her, and he's like, Jazz the capper, right? He's like, you playing around, you know what I'm saying? Why you said you would do it? And she said, because I'm serious. I would do the battle. And so this is what, Monday too? I mean, today's Wednesday or whatnot. So they trying to figure it out now. John's just trying to figure out what, like financially, okay, what we gonna do, then flights, what we gonna do, you know, all this other stuff. Could this even work? And in his mind, he's like, well, if I drop the flyer, I know for a fact pay-per-views will be bought, more tickets will be bought. She just has that type of pool. And so he hits me back up. And then it was kind of, you know, Jazz wanted to just make sure that she could write material fast enough. You know what I'm saying?
5 days, one round?
Yeah. And so once she gave the green light to John and was like, okay, I'll do it. It wasn't nothing. Then he ended up dropping that mug. So he ended up doing it.
I want to sound insensitive when I say this. But for battle rapper to write one round in 5 days, how much credit do we give you guys for that? Should we give you guys for that? Because you guys are machines. It's a credit to you guys by me saying that. I think professional battle rappers, you guys writing one round in 5 days, I think sometimes you guys leave up your eyes closed. One round?
We could. I mean, yeah, we could. But you got to think about it. For her, she's never even done a one rounder, let alone something like this. So my thing is like, regardless. I mean, I know like Jazz is one of the greatest of all time, but regardless, you doing something that you never did before, even if other people are doing it, somebody like a Dre Dennis, right? That ain't nothing, right? Like, I mean, oh boy, you could tell Dre Dennis and Drugs tomorrow that they battling and they gonna write it, right? So like, it's twofold. You want to give this person credit, but then you also know in this sport we just have machines that can just do that in their sleep. You know what I'm saying? So, but at the same time, I mean, you know, female battle rap in general, they don't get as many opportunities, or they do, but they, you know, it's not as frequent as they battle as their men counterparts, right? So that's why, like, you know, when Shuni is on her run and some of those battles are like one rounders and stuff, we applaud for that. But then when it's like, you know, somebody like Danny Myers, you see he's on a run and he starts taking one rounders, you like, come on, bro, like, step it out. You like, yo, this is like a double standard over here.
It is, you're right.
But we always joke, me and my boy, we always joke about like it's like the difference between Rick Ross taking off his shirt and like Lizzo. It's like when Lizzo takes off, it's like, oh, look how empowering she is. But then Rick Ross takes shirts like, put a shirt on, fat. So you know what I'm saying? It's like, yeah. But it's just like, you know, with this situation, I think with Jazz taking the battle regardless, I think, like I said, she's never done it. It's Jazz. She doesn't have to do it. And then on top of that, her just even taking the mentality of like, yo, I want to go ahead and do this. And she knows, not for nothing. I'm going to just keep it real, 3. I think she knows as far as a rapping standpoint, as far as like creating material, regardless, I'm gonna do this right now. Even though it's last minute, I think she knows, like, yo, the stuff he's gonna cater, the stuff he's gonna go ahead and create is gonna be better than what I had.
You good angler, sir. We know you're a good angler, sir.
But what I'm saying is, like, look, like, nobody, and this is me real, right? Nobody's gonna sit up here and be like, okay, we know Clips and Geechee all time are higher on the all time list than Loso, right? But like, but y'all know what I do. Like, y'all know who Loso is.
She clipping dudes though. She clipping dudes a little bit.
Exactly. But what I'm saying though is that even watching those battles, I think everybody knows what Loso about to go ahead and clip up with, what he's about to write. Like, he's not about to go ahead and do no fluff here or fluff there, nothing like that. Like, he's gonna stand in front of you and come right here. You know what I'm saying? So her, you know, taking all that into the play, I think that you got to go ahead and give her some, you know, definitely give her a lot of credit for saying that. Yeah.
All right. Your last battle was against who? Trebo, I think it was.
No. I just battled. That was a minute ago. That battle probably dropped on.
It just dropped. That's what I'm saying. It just dropped. That's why. Yeah.
My last battles were T-Top and Rig. Back to back.
Talk to me on the T-Top battle. Talk to me.
Love it, bro. Love the battle. I think in the build. So I don't know if people notice. We were supposed to on the itinerary. We weren't supposed to go to like maybe third or fourth, right? It's supposed to be Clean and Swamp. It's supposed to be Suge and Slade. It's supposed to be Loso T-Top at that point, right? Maybe in the fourth one. I don't know, but we were already there. T-Top was in his room. I was in my room. I think we might have been the only battlers like ready. And so they needed to start the show. Clean and them, you know, Clean obviously wasn't ready, you know what I'm saying? But you know, they trying to get ready. Suge and Slade wasn't ready yet. And so they were like, Loso, T-Top, can y'all go on? We need a battle, start on. It's all right, bet. So, you know, me starting the night off and stuff like that, I did feel like it took a minute for it to kind of like heat up. But once that first round started heating up, it heated up. Great back and forth, you know what I'm saying? Of course, if you ask me, I mean, I feel like I definitely got a 2-1. The third round got it clear. I don't know what round I felt. Our first rounds were like really bombing on each other.
Yes.
I think maybe crowd reaction. He definitely got the second.
He did, sir. Let's keep it 100, sir.
He did with the black Jesus thing. But I mean, you know, that's just. I mean, I could go right now and like analyze.
Listen, I'll be honest. I've been critical of T-Top, but I did like T-Top a lot in this battle,
though. Okay, so I would say when I'm watching T-Top, I don't know, like to me, he's a charismatic performer. Like the crowd gravitates towards him. So when I'm standing up there, he's doing things that a vet does, the intangibles, right? Like even something simple as like, if you say I won the battle, I'll give you half off on the week. You know what I'm saying? They're like, all right, 2-0.
When he scratch his head like this sometimes and all that shit he doing, yeah, we know. Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So, but regardless, bro, you know, it was a good battle. You know, originally we were supposed to be in the volume setting, but you know,
battle of the night, right?
Huh?
Battle of the night, right?
Oh yeah, that's what. Yeah, Let's Talk Battle Rap. They did the review. Smack called it that. Me and T-Top felt that way. You know what I'm saying? So like. Yeah, regardless, but originally it was supposed to be on volume. So, you know, it was supposed to be, I felt like it should have been like maybe like a different type of setting conversation, but regardless, man, it was a good joint. And then right after that, you know, went out for the Pat State tribute and battle Real Deal literally a week later. So
talk about the Real Deal battle. How was that?
Same, man, same concept, you know what I'm saying? Like
building that resume, sir. Building that resume up.
Oh yeah, always back to back too, you know what I'm saying? I just like, and when they hit me up for that, you know, we all did that basically for free. You know, they obviously took care of our travel and hotel, but
commend you for that. Also.
Yeah, man. It was. I mean, that event. I don't even know if people really talked it like that event just from top to bottom. It was just a blessing, bro. I mean, just to watch how many people Pat State kind of just like impacted, and all the people who flew out there, and then the videos, and then having his family on stage, and it was tough because in between. Like every other battle, they were showing these videos of his family just standing up there crying. It's like, and then you watching I'm looking over to my side, I'm seeing Gannick like weeping like a kid, bro. And you just like, yo, obviously you could look at it from a fan perspective, but then you just look at it from just like a friend. Like these dudes have been doing life together. Bro, I remember being 13 and my mom's kitchen watching Gannick and Pastay on grind time. You know what I'm saying? Like it's just crazy. So I know for them it's a different dynamic. So for them to even ask Loso, you know what I'm saying? Hey, we want you to be a part of it. You know what I'm saying? And then battle somebody like Real Deal, who's a legend too, man. I just think it was dope. And so great battle, great event. That whole weekend was dope.
Tell me, as a Yankee fan, I hate your hat. I'm just throwing it out there.
We 10-0 right now, bro.
Your hat.
10-0.
Hate it.
10-0. Having won every game by at least 4 runs right now. Go ahead, Tampa Bay.
Talk to me, Chef Trez and John. What's your take on that battle, man?
Yo, this is my first time saying it. In the room, I remember thinking to myself, I said, man, this is a good battle. But for some reason, I think I was expecting a little bit more. Just because of the history, the grudge, all that stuff. In Atlanta, everything. But it was dope, though. It was fire. I felt like Trez took advantage of the battle itself. Like, he just knew. Like, to me, it looked like Trez was like, this is the one I've been waiting for. With John, John's just super, super, super consistent. So he's up there, and he's just bombing as usual. You know what I'm saying? So it was a good battle. I mean, it was 2-1 either way. A lot of people that I was even standing around couldn't even call a win. I know Trez won on the app, and I think he won on the Twitter poll that Let's Talk Battle Rap did. But regardless, though, that was just one of them. It was a really good battle that night.
Talk to me about JC's about to battle Clutch, right? And you battle Clutch, though. Can you give me experience about battling Clutch?
Yeah, man. So what's crazy is I didn't really know too much about Clutch before I battled. When they called me, it was supposed to be Swave Sever that was supposed to battle Clutch on that final exam. So they're switching it, which I think was probably better for Clutch, just in the sense of like people being tuned in. But when I'm watching him, so I'll say this for me, and this is gonna sound cocky, but I just don't have an issue with pens. I just don't, as a battler. Matchup wise, I'm gonna be real. Look, this is just you talk. You know sports. We just talking matchup wise. I never go into a battle thinking, "Damn, he writes really, really well. What am I gonna do?"
Did you feel that about JC going into the battle, JC?
I felt the same way. I felt that JC's great, but I knew for myself, like, I just do a lot of other things. You know what I'm saying? And my pen isn't bad. I got like my pen is I can write, but my thing is like I'm not a better writer. I can always admit, bro, I can always go into a battle and be like, man, you know what? This dude writes better than me. But that does not mean that he's a better battler than me.
So let me ask you this. When you battle Daylight or RBE, talk to me about that then.
Same concept.
Same concept. Right?
I knew like Daylight, like my thing is like I just like you just gotta have a little bit, you just gotta do a little bit more, right? Like for instance, reason why Twerk proposes a problem for me, right? Like he has a pen, but he's also, he's 6 something. He's, he projects. He has a super power move, strapped in. Like there's other things that you have to go ahead and take into account. It's like, you just saying like, man, like a big man may not necessarily cause a problem for, some center or whatnot, but if a dude starts stretching the floor, he can hit his free throws. Now it's different matchup problems. So anyway, so with Clutch, I'm watching them and I'm like, man, he can write really well. And I know even you give somebody with a great pen, somebody like me, where now they can open up this whole realm of like Christian themes that they can utilize. And even somebody for me that's just known, right? Like, I mean, I had this round with Vixen that he could have flipped, this other thing, like, so you giving him all that ammo, he's going to be able to create fire material. And he was able to do that, bro. But I just knew I was going to be able to kind of use like some star power, some charisma, like the way I look at the can, the way I smile like that. So me winning the battle, I mean, I kind of knew it was going to go like that. But it was a good battle, though. It was probably, to me, that night, outside of maybe Foots and Lou, I don't know what they called battle of the night that night, but I mean, I thought we had a really good one. I'm excited. And I'm excited for Clutch to get JC because I think because he went up, because we battled each other, I think maybe they might have looked at Ease and Hansel and Foots and all these other dudes and said, okay, let's give them that push. But I'm like, man, you know what?
I like Foots.
Yeah, all of them. That whole class is dope. But I'm like, yo, give Clutch. I actually thought they were going to give Clutch Danger Zone next because I thought I was hearing that. But him getting JC, I think that's going to be a tough test for him, one. JC's super tough to beat on the app, regardless of who you are, unless you are clearly dominating them.
Same thing with the Flair Soul against Rum Nitty.
Yeah. So, bro, Flair going against Rum Nitty. Flair, don't get me wrong, Flair is fire, and he's gonna be able to go ahead and do his numbers. But it's an uphill battle. You know what I'm saying? And with Clutch and JC, I feel like neither one is like super captivating with their presence. But it's gonna really be based off like, okay, who's this crowd gonna go ahead and resonate with, and who's gonna translate better on Cam?
So Chef Trez beats you and John John. Now what?
He did. Wait. What's that first part you said?
Chef Trez beats you and John John. Now what?
So what you mean? He's the key to the pool?
I don't know. I'm just saying.
I don't think Chef Trez beat me, but
sir.
Huh?
You think you won that battle?
I think now that you look back on it, you kind of look at it, you like, oh snap. Loso might have. At the time, you got to think about it, bro. I was undefeated. I was coming to URL. Everybody wanted to.
People forget your run. People forget your run. They forget your run.
So it's like, come on, bro. It's like, don't remember. Like, just take the context of what was being said around that time, and so it looked a certain way that day.
You went Bullpen, RBE, then you went to URL.